Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in to tonight's live. Welcome in. How's everybody doing tonight on this fabulous Thursday? The end of August. The end of August. I say it every time I come on live. The end of the summer. No, I don't like that at all. But it's going to be warm for a while. So, I mean, can't beat that. Can't beat that, I guess. Fall's coming. It's so funny. There's when you go past people's porches, like where I live, you'll see one house decorated fully in summer and then the next porch fully in fall because nobody can decide yet. But if you're new to the channel, my name's Tanya or Titanium Built. You can call me either or. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for being here. We do talk true crime daily here. Every once in a while, we throw in a little Betty, it seems like here lately, because Betty's Betty. Betty is going over the deep end. She's gone off of the deep end. She's in the deep end. We can't get her out. Hey, Ladybug, welcome in. Welcome in. Hey, Cheryl, how's the grandbabies? Hey, DM. Hey, Faith, welcome in, everybody. It's good to see ya. Hey, Break Time. Hey, Captain. Hey, Catherine. Hey, Mary Beth. Hey, CJK. Welcome in, everyone. It's good to see everybody. I'm going to get to the bottom here. It's good to see you guys. Thanks for being here. You love fall, Mary Beth? I love fall too. I do. I love the decor and I love the fragrances and, the crisp air. I do like that. But it seems like we don't get a fall in Ohio. We get like 2 weeks of this like magical time. And then it's like right into winter. So Betty's gone bad as she has. Oh my Lord, she has. She really, really has. She's off her rocker. She didn't show up for court again today. Like, what is going on with her? Does she think this is like a break? This is a joke? This is like a break for her? This is a vacation? Does she like to go to jail? Does she like it in there? I mean, did she? I don't know. They cook your food for you. She likes to have her food cooked for her. So, I do too, though. Can't say that. You love all the seasons, Faith? Me too. I did say that the other day in my head. I was like, you live in a good spot because you do have all 4 seasons. So back from vacation. Oh man. Where are you going on vacation? I want to go on vacation. Where are we going? Where are we going, CJK? I'm coming with you. Really? Toledo, Ohio? I'm south. That's up north. Yeah. Wow. Well, it's good to see everybody. We'll get into tonight's business. So actually, as I was researching for this, just researching Sebastian Rogers' name and trying to see what was coming up, what was new, what I missed out on. There's a lot. I mean, you take one day away from the computer and it's like you miss so much when it comes to this case. Like there's text messages that are coming out. There's a lot of stuff coming out with Tony Mathis, like phone calls, and there's text messages. There's a lot. Betty skipped court. She's done 3 lives today, though. She's had time to do 3 lives. She said, and when one of them I was watching it, she said something like, "Yeah, I tagged Sebastian's name by accident. Like, it's in your default. I don't care who you are. It's in there." And she still had Sebastian's army in there. And it's like, that still has his name in it. Like, are you for real? It was the same one. I thought you said be right back. I thought you said you were getting one. I was like, oh my gosh, CJK, don't you dare get a tear tap by your eye. She will be. Paper clips, that's what they'll use. They'll be using that and putting all my... If she comes out with an eye tat, I'm done. Game over. I'm done. She's from Wisconsin. We don't know a whole lot of people from Wisconsin in here. I don't even know. I didn't have anybody. I thought we did, but maybe not. You might be you might be the first person from Wisconsin or the only one in here from Wisconsin. Shauna, I think she needs to go to jail for a little bit. Like 10 days. Give her 10 days. Start her off with that. Start her off 10 days. Then if she does it again, 30 days. Do it again, 90 days. Like, just, if I was a judge, I would personally get into my vehicle and I would go down and I would grab a sheriff or a cop or whoever. And I'd say, get in the car. We're going to arrest her. We're taking a freaking 13-hour road trip. I would go get her. I'd go get her. I would watch her stuff and I would go get her. Just go get her. Wouldn't that be amazing? That'd be hilarious if they just like picked her up and was just like she's live. She gets a knock at the door. Nobody coming to bother you for Queen Bee. It's the cops, you know. Oh, Chicago. Oh, I love Chicago. Me and Vincent used to go there every year. We stopped doing that. We need to do that again. Last time he almost got stabbed, so maybe that's why we stopped going. That was kind of my fault. I had a big mouth. I have a big mouth. Don't take me. You can't take me anywhere. You really can't. Can't take me nowhere. But I did try to jump in front of him. I was like, no. I think she's doing this for all kinds of attention. She's seeing the numbers that it's garnering for her channel, and she's getting 10,000 views per video. I will say, and I'm talking about Betty, so I can't say much, but she didn't even, and I didn't either, but I had a doctor's appointment. She didn't even stream like Idaho today. She didn't care about Idaho. Bye, Idaho. See ya. Got to do 3 lives today about Sebastian. 3. Couldn't throw in about Idaho though. But you rode that case so hard and got so much money, got a new MacBook, got a new camera, $4,000 camera. Okay. Just like Leilani Simon. Whenever a case doesn't garner her the attention that she wants, or the numbers, she goes on to the next. This one has she never been close to a family member before like this? Because she's different this time. She's completely unhinged. I agree. Just like they picked her up in another county. Yeah, her local police department can come and get her. Right, Austin? Yeah. Come and get her. Just transport her to the local jail. Transport her all the way over there. You're Florida. These cops, you know what I mean? Like Florida usually doesn't take no crap. Oh, I didn't watch her last live. Was it? I don't think it was in anything. I think she was trying to talk more about Sebastian, but it wasn't really working because it doesn't really work for her because she doesn't know any facts about anything. She just says corrupt. Police are corrupt. Everyone's corrupt. If you're just now joining us, we're talking about Betty. We're just having a conversation about Bullhorn Betty and how she's corrupt a little bit, a lot of it. But this guy actually mentions her like on his channel, and you guys may have seen it. I haven't seen it. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. What's his name? Collier Landry. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but he has really pretty eyes. Like, I don't know. Something about his eyes. But he streamed 4 days ago, and I saw this when I was like looking up stuff about the interviews that just came out about the reward money, and he came up and he does the thing on Betty. His title of his video was to say live Karen Reed retrial. It says Alex Murdoch, and then who the F is Bullhorn Betty? And he does like half the shows about Bullhorn. Pretty funny. So we'll watch that here in a minute. I just wanted to go over the reiterate that FBI did put up a $50,000 reward for any information leading to the return of Sebastian Rogers. His parents, both sides, stepfather, mom, and his dad have both come out separately, and they have both made statements about it now. So I think it kind of tells a lot, when you got both of their statements together, because we don't really get this, a lot with the whole Sebastian thing, like with his case. We don't get like a question asked or something, new development, and we get to hear from both sides right away. You know what I mean? Like we get to hear from the father and the mother. Normally, you'll hear down the line, Seth will do an interview, or maybe down the line, somebody will make up something that Katie and Chris said, because they don't really do interviews. So a lot of that's just made up. Oh, I was watching some stuff today and I was like, man, people just be making up the mostest stuff. Like they'll just make up anything. And it's people that cover this case. Like, it's like, you cover this case. Well, yeah, white boy did do that. He went though when she was like when she got arrested or something. It was like the worst timing. You know what I mean? Because he she wasn't there. I was like, dang it. Oh, this isn't the one I wanted to show you. What did I do? Did I delete it? Hold on. I think it's this one. Okay. Yeah, I just had this one in the middle. For some reason, my tabs were just messed up. Okay. I was like, what did I do? What did I do? So this is going to be Sebastian's mom and stepfather, what their reaction was to the FBI putting up the $50,000 reward. Now, I wonder if any of the parents, I don't think Seth did. I'm not sure though. I don't know. I wonder if any of the parents tried to put up a reward fund before this reward fund came out and they were told not to, because I heard that they were told not to put up a reward, but I'm wondering if the parents tried. I would be kind of mad. I would be feeling some type of way. I would be upset a little bit. If your kid is missing and you want to put up a reward and the cops are telling you, no, don't put up a reward. And then all of a sudden the FBI is like, we're going to put up a $50,000 reward. It's like, why couldn't I have, put up a reward, faster or sooner? I mean, that's what I would think. But Chris and Katie said that they can't wait to have Sebastian home safe and sound. I want to see if I can. And they talked to the same reporter, Holly Thompson, and I think that's why they said no comment to the other news lady, because I think they're comfortable talking to this lady here in particular. They've done all of their interviews with her, and now they're speaking with her, about this. They're commenting. But it says, Chris and Katie Proudfoot broke their silence on Wednesday night after learning the Federal Bureau of Investigation is offering a reward for the return of their 15-year-old boy with autism. They have not been heard of from since. That doesn't make sense. When they sat down with Thompson in their first public interview after Sebastian disappeared. They have not been heard from since. Okay, that does make sense. The Proudfoots were thankful for the FBI's efforts in putting up the reward and hoped the money would encourage someone with key information to come forward. We pray that with this reward, it will bring some useful tips and or leads that result in the safe return of Sebastian to his home in Hendersonville. Chris and Katie also acknowledged the continued efforts by everyone to find Sebastian. We would also like to say thank you to Sumner County Sheriff's Office, TBI, and the supportive public for their continuous efforts being made to bring Sebastian home safe and sound. Your tireless efforts are acknowledged and greatly appreciated. So that's what they have to say, which, I mean, that's sad. It's sad. On a prison bus. Oh gosh. That'd be fun. That would be fun. So then we went over this the other night. We listened to this, but we're going to listen to it again. It's only 2 minutes. But this is going to be Seth's reaction to, the $50,000 reward fund, all of that stuff. Also, let me check. I think tomorrow evening I'm going to have a guest on the show to talk about the text messages that were leaked and to go over those. So make sure you stick around. But I just wanted to make sure I told you guys before I forgot, because I'll forget. Okay, so let's play this. Has this. I kind of want to just play the clip with the part with Sebastian said. Okay, so we'll go right here. Because I just want to hear, what Sebastian's dad thought of the reward. And then this is his interview about the 6 months, since Sebastian's been his disappearance and the reward coming out.
News 2's Caitlin Quisenberry has more on the continued efforts to locate Sebastian.
6 months, one long nightmare.
Missing Sumner County teen Sebastian Rogers has been missing for 6 months now. His biological father, Seth Rogers, tells me he hasn't stopped searching for his son.
There's a lot in motion behind the scenes, in front of the scenes. I'm looking for him.
At the Sumner County Sheriff's
behind the scenes
office this morning,
I'm just saying, we're starting to find out information.
15 people
What does it say? We love you. We want to bring you home. Bullhorn Betty. Oh my gosh. This is just like when Cher put her picture up on the freaking poster in front of Simon Quentin's house and didn't even have his picture on it, I feel like. That's what this reminds me of. We love you and are here for you, Courtney and Kimmy. Like, I don't know who they are. Your daddy isn't giving up, buddy. We love you, Tony Mathis. That's kind of gross. I don't know why I feel like that's gross, but I just do. I feel some type of way about Tony Mathis writing that. Sebastian, we won't stop till you're back in daddy's arms. It's kind of weird. Thank you, Cheryl. And thank you, Mary Beth. Thank you guys so much for gifting out memberships. Make sure you tell them thank you. And welcome on in. Oh, yeah, she's got some more charges. Oh, yeah, I got them up here. Well, I have 5 entries here. But when you go into one of these, it gives you more. So let me see. Yeah, she's got 6. And then I think she already had 4. Yeah. So, but 4, wait, where was that? 4, but 3 of them are disposed, which means those are the 3 that she has the order of protection is out on. Now, what did they do with Chris today? Does anyone know? Or when she went in, do you guys know what they did with Chris? Because I don't see it on there. Like, it doesn't say like a 4th disposed. Do you know they say open? Oh, Betty, what you doing, girl? So this one's from today. Filing date 8/28. And that's the one. Violation of order. Oh, man, Betty. We'll listen to this and we'll
People with
go to that.
Sebastian's army gathered outside the office for answers or an update.
You see those guys?
Sebastian's army gathered.
What does that sign say? Clear Seth Rogers. Want to be crystal clear. Oh my gosh.
Outside the office for answers or an update in the investigation.
Bring Sebastian home.
We would like to see a PRO and just have some updates. You know, there's no PRO involved.
If I don't keep
What's a PRO? What is she talking about when she says PRO? Like press release? I don't know what she's saying. Press official?
pushing for people to do their job, my son will never be found. With no communication, that's lack of trust. Lack of trust means I have to do it myself.
That's not the way you want to approach things. Now, we just heard from Chris and Katie. Thank you. Prayers our son is brought back safe. And then you hear from Seth. You know. Want to go back?
Pushing.
An update in the
Let's have some updates. You know, there's no PRO involved.
If I don't keep pushing for people to do their job, my son will never be found. With no communication, that's lack of trust. Lack of trust means I have to do it myself, or I have to have somebody that I trust do it.
But Seth tells me he hopes the $50,000 reward just announced by the FBI leads to more information.
Because any viable tip that comes in that leads to the recovery of Sebastian, to bring him home, it has to be verified through the law enforcement.
The reward will go
I didn't get that when he said that.
to anyone with information leading to the location and return of Sebastian, or to the arrest and
That really didn't make any sense, like what he said there. It would have to be validated through. That wasn't the question she was even asking.
conviction of those responsible
That's what I'm thinking. I just couldn't figure out the name of it. Thank you, Shelley. Yeah, probably like a public relations officer. That's what I was thinking.
for him.
That's what.
That leads to the recovery. Because
The reward
let's
just
go back
announced by the FBI leads to more information.
any viable tip that comes in that leads to the recovery Sebastian to bring him home
Mm,
is
that's just a bad a bad choice of wording, I think. But
it has to be verified,
I don't get this part. Like he says it has to be verified. Like,
and that leads to the recovery
oh, sorry.
of Sebastian to bring him home is it has to be verified through the law enforcement.
The reward will go to
I don't get that.
anyone with information leading to the location and return of Sebastian, or to the arrest and conviction of those responsible
sorry, I keep
for
hitting
his
that.
disappearance. According to a representative with the FBI, they are working collaboratively with the Sumner County Sheriff's Office to, quote, benefit their investigations.
And whatever happened to him to get him out of that house is pretty despicable.
The search for Sebastian progressed from ground searches with multiple agencies
right
to
there-
being scaled back to an investigation.
Right there, he said whatever got him to come out of the house is despicable. He didn't say Katie. He didn't say when Katie did it or anything, you know. So
Investigative format. TBI reported that the
Crazy.
family was cooperative and there was no proof of anything criminal happening. Since then, prayer vigils and private searches have taken place. If you have any information,
oh man, it's sad. 6 months. Yeah, the chip has to be verified. But the way he said it, like I don't think his sentence was kind of weird, you know? It was kind of just a weird sentence. I think he meant he meant to say something else at the end, but then he couldn't think it was the word that he wanted to use, so he switched the sentence almost. So yeah, recovery is it's a bad word to use. I mean, you know, like it's just not a good look. But I think he meant like return of him. I don't know. Where the hell's Uncle Taco been? I'm still wondering about him. No, BHP is going after my no Nash native. It's crazy. I know, Gary. Yeah. I know. Isn't that weird? That is weird. It was on the same date. I mean, of all the days in the year, February 26th, like, I don't know. I'd be side-eyeing it myself. So let me know if you guys have seen this guy. Have you guys seen this guy yet? Have you seen this? Who was in Clues? Seth? Was it Seth? I would be like, oh, he's going to use the reward for Uncle Taco. Yeah, like, where is that Uncle Taco? Oh, he was in Clues chat the other night? That's what you're talking about. Okay. He's a guy that came out that's like supposed to be Seth Rogers' friend. He played games with Sebastian and everyone calls him Uncle Taco. And I'm just like, that's weird. That's weird. No grown man should be being called Uncle Taco by some kids. Like, that's just weird. Why are people so weird? You know, like, I mean, what's wrong with people? I don't know. I don't get it. Now, I wonder did Seth know? I really don't remember a whole lot about Uncle Taco. I mean, I know a little bit, but did Seth know him personally or did they just know each other through a game? That's my question. Oh, her attorney filed for a continuance. Thank you. Thank you, Denny. Thank you so much. That's why there was no fourth PO on her. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. I know that I'm sure that people went over this today. I wasn't there for it. I was like busy doing household chores today, unfortunately. And I've listened to other stuff today because I was trying to get my brain like, you know, I feel like my brain's like a puddle. It's like, you know, the commercials where they crack the egg and it's like, this is your brain on drugs, on the rugs. Every time I watch Betty, that's what I feel like, that commercial. I feel like my brain, that's my brain. Oh, okay. Oh, so I'm going to tell you about this guy. Okay, so this guy is Collier Laundry. I think that's his name. I'm going to put his link here to this video in the chat for you guys. Make sure you go give him a view, all that good stuff. He seems like he's a pretty decent creator. I don't know him personally. never watched him before this, but yeah, I didn't even know he was on the platform. That's why that's the crazy thing about this platform. It's so big, yet we all find ourselves in the same chats. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? We all find each other. We're all together.
To get a little more information, but apparently
Let me see.
I'm great. Good to see you in the chat.
yeah.
Says Mary Ellis Haas. Okay, so I was hoping to get a little more information, but apparently there is a YouTuber, and I'm going to pull this up. There is a YouTuber, and because this is my sort of chosen career path, or one of the career paths, there is a YouTuber who has come under fire recently, and her name is Bullhorn Betty. Apparently,
I'm going to pause them. Actually, go ahead.
Bullhorn Betty, when talking about some things, has perhaps not been, I don't know, accurate.
This is like the video I was going to play for you guys before I played him, so I'm glad I didn't need to do that.
In her assessments or accusations. So we're going to watch a little bit about this because there's been protective orders against this Florida YouTuber.
At 6. A missing teen's mother claims she's being stalked and falsely accused by a YouTuber. So now she's taking legal action. Good evening and welcome to News 2 at 6. I'm Bob Mueller. 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers disappeared 5 months ago from his family's home in Hendersonville. The teen's mother has been granted a temporary order of protection against a Florida YouTuber by the name of Bullhorn Betty. Well, tonight, News 2's Caitlin Quisenberry sat down and spoke with the influencer.
Sebastian Rogers has not been seen since February 25th. Since then, the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, along with several other agencies, searched for a little over a week before officials said they were scaling back to focus their efforts on the investigative side. YouTubers and TikTokers nationwide have covered nearly every step, but now Sebastian's mom, Katie Proudfoot, indicates it's gone too far. In a legal filing for an order of protection, Katie says Andrea Griffin, also known by her YouTube name of Bullhorn Betty, accused the family of harming their son while, quote, inciting the public and her followers to aid her in stalking. Katie calls the YouTuber, quote, dangerous. Andrea tells me she has not received the temporary order of protection, but claims she has not done anything illegal.
If it is from her, then that's absolutely a falsehood. They can go and look at all my lives. My lives never come down off my channel. Driving on a public property, on public road with a camera hanging out, there's nothing unlawful about that. That happened over a month ago. It was when it's the only time I've been in the Hendersonville area. The questions of this case are becoming more and more.
Andrea says her main goal is to provide informational content to the public and to help find Sebastian. She tells me these accusations are just a distraction.
I don't like the drama on the channel, and the more I resist the drama and keep it focused about Sebastian, the more these distractions keep coming up. This is all about Sebastian Rogers, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. It's not about Seth Rogers. It's not about Katie Proudfoot. It's not about Christopher Proudfoot. It's about where is Sebastian Rogers and how can we bring him home.
A court-ordered hearing is set for August 8th at the Sumner County Courthouse. Each of Bullhorn Betty's YouTube videos will be summarized for the DA's office. Until that time, a temporary restraining...
This guy's cracking me up. I don't know why. He really is.
Order says Andrea cannot stalk or come within 100 feet of Katie or her home. In Nashville, Caitlin Quisenberry, News 2.
We reached out to Katie Proudfoot for comment and have not heard back.
What will you do when
the power goes out? I think that's what how that ad was about to go. Okay. I'm just learning about this, as we all are. A couple of things that I think are interesting is I noticed in that video, I guess I should pull it up, but I noticed in the video, I'm going to try to find it here.
I mean, he's making me laugh.
Okay, so if we scroll through,
He's gonna go on her page. He goes on her page. It's just hilarious because this guy doesn't know her, so he's just now learning all this stuff, like as he's doing the show, and it's just really funny because he's just like, "What?" He seems like he has like his wits about him, you know, like.
We're gonna add that back. If we scroll through here and we see
known by her YouTube name of Bullhorn Betty, accused the family of harming their son while, quote, inciting the public and her followers to aid. Katie called. Andrea tells me she has not received the temporary order of protection, but claims she.
So here's what we see here. Okay, so I notice if it's all about Sebastian Rogers, it's all about finding this kid.
Oh, really?
Does the Bullhorn Betty clout chaser
Ricky, this guy did? Wow.
line of stainless steel tumblers, is that part of the Sebastian Rogers? Like,
that's why his eyes look so different to me. I just could see something in his eyes. That's part of what I mean. Wow. Whoa. I didn't know that. Wow. How old was he? That's sad.
let's find Sebastian Rogers.
I'm only serious when I need to be, but I don't ever need to be that serious, I feel like. I mean, when we're talking about cases, I try to, make it as, about the topic as I can, but also make it to where you guys aren't feeling so down and depressed when you leave the live that you don't ever want to come back, But this guy, I can't believe that. Wow. Wow.
Is that part of it? Or the coffee club?
Maybe I have seen him somewhere before because he sounds familiar. He looks familiar.
Black Mug
Coffee Club.
So let's go to her channel because I'm just curious.
Mary Beth.
Oh, here we are. Okay, so this is apparently her last.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
12. Oh, here, let me put it in the chat.
And this is probably my biggest thing. This is probably one of my biggest things when
Tell
it
him
comes to
I
true
sent you
crime
over.
is what dog is in this fight? Sebastian Rescue Ride.
This going. I don't know how well this reception is going to come in for this ride. We've got a recorder also going. So if I can't get the if this goes down for any reason, I will make sure that we have the full ride on being recorded. See, we got another camera right there. We're going to end up by school. I think
Got their little GoPro with their little.
Yeah.
Oh, so Tony was hanging out one side, she was hanging out the other? Romantic.
Okay. Is she gonna ride?
I don't think there was okay, we got it. All right, good.
Let's see here. We're riding.
We're riding. We're riding.
Okay.
To let you know, when I say amazing, I mean shirts. Have the shirts like these. It's been very. I'll have to check the timing on the name to see how that's good. Brewery, a huge caravan of people coming with. Remember when we get back there? Absolutely. So we weren't going to go live stream. Motorcycle, much loving. Oh my gosh. But it was. What do you think, Tony? I think that was a.
I don't.
Rescue ride. Rescue.
So if she's coming after people, this is what I want to know. Karen Fan, you're the one that hit me onto this. What is really going on here? We have this so there's this
beautiful place out here. I'll tell you guys that.
Has she been arrested? Is that what? Hold on.
For those that are on here, you should be able to see it.
So she's been arrested.
We're not going to be commenting unless you are a member. So again, just don't do anything disparaging.
By the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office? Is that what's happening? For stalking and harassing people? The experience of the Kentucky landfall on
These are his
Thursday
type.
yielded negative
Which
results.
one's her?
The search for evidence, according to Summer. Okay, so I'm reading her little
He
thing.
is. He's on his own channel.
Bullhorn Betty.
Collier's on his own channel. He's reviewing Bullhorn Betty. His title is "Who the F is Bullhorn Betty?"
Lots of values such as criticism, comment. Huh. Okay, so Bullhorn Betty. I've covered a lot of cases, including Gabby Petito.
Everybody say a
Okay, so
prayer
I
for
think this
Sebastian
was the
and
thing.
his,
Okay, I know who this
Will
woman
you
is
give
now.
him when you pray?
Okay, so I remember when I was at CrimeCon, I met up with Gabby Petito's father and stepmother, and her mother as well, and they talked about this woman. They are not fans. Let's put it that way. I see. Okay, so Karen Van, let me see here. Okay, yes, for Sumner County. Okay, so she got locked the hell up. Karen has the deeds and proof. Yeah, so this is the thing. Okay, so Karen, you sent this to me. Let me find this other screen here of this.
Shout out to whoever Karen is.
This is the receipts, if you guys will. Where's the window? Yeah, there it is. Okay, this is it. So Andrew Lynn Griffin,
I gotta subscribe to
44,
this guy.
female, white, non-Hispanic,
is?
date of birth September, custody status.
We should all go. No, we shouldn't. I hate when people like bum rush chats, but I just want to say we should all go in there and just thank him for covering Bullhorn.
Date
This is great. This is great.
August 25th at 2:12 a.m. So she just got booked last night, August 24th, 10 p.m. In Clarksville, Tennessee. There you have it. So this is, I guess, what I'm sort of discovering, violating the orders of protection. Got it. So she violated the orders for protection. Okay. Yeah. And yeah, so I remember Gabby's parents telling me about this woman. Now this all makes sense. This is the thing. So I'm trying to think of a way to really describe all of this. And so, okay, so I always, as you know, you come here to this channel, you listen to what I'm saying, because you understand that I have this unique perspective on true crime, the justice system, et cetera, et cetera. And with that, the reason I have that is because I was forced to have that.
Oh, we're gonna hear about
This is not a hobby of mine. This is not like I really want to get involved in other people's cases. I really want to get involved in other people's lives. No, it's just kind of because people come to me, they ask me questions, etc., and it's a thing. And I so I do bring my perspective into this. I don't understand. I was in a documentary last year with Vice News about true crime. I don't understand people who become so obsessed about things that have absolutely nothing to do with them. Now, I understand,
right,
the perceived injustice, and I understand a child missing and all that, and the community wanting to rally. I'm all for that. But people who take up and then make it their lives to,
thank you,
because it's a lot like when before Brian Koberger was arrested, there was another YouTuber, a TikToker who was a psychic. And this person accused a professor at the University of Idaho for slaying, Kaylee Gong.
Oh, Ashley was her name.
Goncalves and all the three others. I can't remember their names right off the top of my head. I apologize to anyone. I can't remember their names. The 4 students at the University of Idaho, but accused them of doing this this behavior. They were a professor, and they have obviously since sued for defamation. Now, again, defamation is a whole thing that you got to prove and everything like that. But This woman was convinced because she's a psychic and went after this professor, which then, of course, all of the community, all of the outliers, the social media storm, all these people went after this innocent professor and destroyed her life, or attempted to do so. And this is really serious stuff. So when these YouTubers do this, and they start just blindly accusing people, and they start stalking people, and they start saying, I know better. I know better. Yes, grifters. Exactly. My cat's name is Karen. Grifters. This is the grifter show. This is what it is, because again, to point to what I was showing, well, I guess I got rid of it. Oh, no, I didn't. She's selling merchandise on her page. Let's see here.
To me, it's like, if Betty's people don't want to believe any of us, like that are on the platform telling them like, hey, like, this is a big grift. Believe this guy. He looks like, this guy's got his head on his shoulders straight. As far as I've seen so far, and I feel like this guy's an outsider in a way. Like, he's in true crime, but he's not in this sector. But like, so I feel like he's like an outsider looking in, and he's given his perspective as like not biased. So
let's see her where's your, and she's got here's her merch store, which she sells. Yeah, you've got Bullhorn Betty. Wow, she's got mugs. She's got this. I need to really step it up. She's got like hundreds of products on here. Hold on, let me share this with you guys. This is wild.
I need to step it up.
This is why, and it actually creeps me out to even like show this stuff, because I don't want to give anybody any airtime, but it is humorous. It's humorous because she's talking about the good nature of her. Oh, I'm an innocent person. Oh, I'm trying to help. It's all about Sebastian, yada yada. No, it's not, you dumb, you selfish woman. It's all about you selling shit and selling your channel.
Yeah, look at those shirts.
This crap.
Which one of y'all would walk around with that Bullhorn Betty shirt on? Should we buy one? Should I get one? I feel like I need one now that I said it. But seriously, who? I just want a little titanium arm right here. If I did merch, I want some shirts that say something funny on them, but I want just something that's cute too, like something like not like this. I don't want gaudy. No, Betty. $36. You're out of your mind.
Socks, the whole thing. Whatever.
Socks, the whole thing. A phone case? Who has that kind of phone? What kind of phone is that?
I'm not, I'm all for commerce.
A tote bag. A tank top. She got it all.
It's just like the next person, but you can't do that on the backs of people's tragedy is my whole point. You can't be like, oh, let me just talk about all this stuff. Let me just, it's one thing. Obviously, there's people who are commentators or Court TV that are offering, and I'm out here offering my unique perspective because I've been involved in these things and I'm trying to share my perspective with people. There's obviously lawyers who are law tubers who are sharing and talking about their experience based upon the, Melanie Little, for example, lawyer, Emily Baker, these people, right?
I bring my education to the platform. That's why I'm so into it, because I went to school for criminal justice and applied science. I'm into this stuff. This is my thing.
Runkle of the Bailey, blah, blah, blah. You can name a bunch of them. People, they have a background, they have an education, and they want to share that with the public, right? This is a total grifter. And yes, I would agree. Mystery singer, karma, for sure. By the way, Cat Loves NY, thank you. Cat Loves Catskills, thank you so much for the super sticker. I would greatly appreciate it. Yeah, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. There are people, a lot of people, I saw the Take Care of Maya trial. A lot of people were posting, and I'm thinking of Cat Loves Catskills because we talked about this. I
was wondering the same thing, DM, when I saw him. But I think that it's because he doesn't look at the camera that much. He's looking over at his computer screen, maybe. But let me know in the chat if you guys know. Is there anything wrong with his eyes, or? Oh, very yeah. They're beautiful. His eyes are beautiful. But I think he's looking like right now, my computer screen's here, but my camera's right here. So like a lot of times, I don't know. I feel like you guys I'm not looking at you, and I hate that. But then if I'm looking at the camera, I feel weird not looking at the screen. Like, especially when I have someone on panel, I want to look at them while they're talking, but then it looks like I'm not looking at you guys.
People jumped on that bandwagon and took sides. And again, I know some of these people that make content. It was very disappointing because I thought, wow, you're really coming after the family and the family who are victims. Okay, but they've made a lot of money because of that. It's unfortunate to see these things. And lawyers giving their opinion of this. I do see that is and hopefully this will stop her, and hopefully this is used as a cautionary tale. I don't think it's going to have any good, do any good. There's another guy that I saw who's a guy who I knew way back in my past in Hollywood who's a troller, and he's like representing himself in court. And again, violating restraining orders, going after people. He's got like a very small YouTube following, but it's just so weird. And he knows more about the law than everybody. It reminds me of my father. They talk in circles and they're smarter than everyone else in the room. And it's like, you're out of your mind. Like, you're out of your mind.
I'm sure that's probably like the worst that you could be called. You know what I mean? Knowing what his father did to his mother right in front of him, I would go naked before I wear one of her shirts, Pooh Bear said.
You're not a well person. You're not a well person if this is what you're going to do, is you're going to grift people and accuse parents of this.
And Betty ain't the only one that does this. Everybody does it in their own little way. Not everybody, but these people do it. Like, like it's out there. Just be careful. I'm just saying. I know I'm in true crime myself, but I feel like sometimes I don't belong over here. I feel like I don't belong. I'm like, where's my spot?
Type of stuff. I know a lot of people did this and breaking a restraining order, and there are appropriate ways to do things like that. Sarah Turney, who does Voices for Justice, would be a fabulous example of someone who talks about cases, who raises awareness for the families, and puts the information out there. She's not actively pursuing people and castigating people online on social media. Now, she does to her own father, who she believes took the life of her sister, Alyssa. Absolutely. She's every right to do that. And it's heartbreaking to see what Sarah's been through. As someone who's been there. But again, she does that and has that mission to help people, raising awareness for people who are missing persons cases, because there needs to be a lot more of that, and especially when children are involved. But this whole thing of people it's just creepy.
But doing it for 6 months and every single night, like, we stream it a few nights a week on the channel, maybe 3, sometimes 4 right now, and that's a lot. But we will break it up with another case. After 2 days, we don't go into a third day. I mean, we have people that have been in this case for 6 months. This is the only thing they cover. And like, you got to look at that. And you got to think to yourself, why aren't they covering any other case? Why aren't they giving updates? Why aren't they doing any of the things?
There's no other way to describe it. It's creepy. It's eerie. It's off-putting.
It is.
It's gross. It's what are you doing? What are you doing? Why is this? Why are you involved in someone else's life like this? This is ridiculous. That's my opinion. And I have very strong opinions about all of this. So there you have it.
Did they let him know that she's connected to Seth, the father? Does he know that?
Yeah,
That's true, Shelly. I don't ask. Yeah, I don't ask because, man, YouTube's supposed to be relaxing. It's supposed to be your time away from stress, and money is stressful right now for people. I mean, it's very hard out there for everybody. Every single person. I talked about it last night. Even if you're not on a fixed income, you are. Even if you have all the money in the world, you're not. You don't. It can all go away. It can all go away.
She's dangerous.
Stupid inflation, stupid the cost of eggs.
I think, yeah, people like this, I would say that people like this are unwell. They're not, yeah. Why are you being involved? Sorry, I just realized I have to grab something here. A drone. Let me make sure my drone is charged. I got to go shoot some drone footage this afternoon.
Yep,
I
we do
really
that.
hope that this is okay. Yeah, we're going to put you on the charging block, my friend. To
Oh,
the
no, we don't
charging
have that.
block we go.
I do like his light. I've been looking for a light.
Sorry,
from
guys.
here.
I just realized somebody said, hey, bring your drone. Guess I should bring the drone. Guess I should make sure the drone is charged. I got enough battery charge. Yeah, anyways. It's a windy day, too. It's a blustery day. Little blustery day. Here's my little drone.
Okay, I think
It's
he's gonna
a
talk about
drone smaller than an iPhone. Oh, look. There's a little...
Look at his dog.
There's little Marisol. Yeah.
Look at that little dog. Oh man, my dog would eat that little dog. And yeah, you're right, Aaron. Yeah. It's crazy. It's just- and then, I mean, people be promising stuff. Like, don't be promising stuff that you can't deliver. On top of a missing person's kids case. And then, oh man, and half the people don't even know the case that are talking about this case. They don't even know it. If you listen for just a second, you're like, what? Huh? I mean, people are getting people's names wrong, dates wrong, everything's wrong. I mean, if I don't know something for 100%, I'm going to ask y'all. I'm going to say, what's the answer? Okay, Cheryl, I'll make sure I look at it. Oh. Yeah, a lot of people do go real life. They do. They really do. I don't even talk to my mods on the phone. I got 2 mods. No, I've never talked to Isabel on the phone. I don't know why. I would love to talk to her. She's so sassy. But me and Jan have talked on the phone before a couple times. Maybe, I mean, like a handful, like a couple. And I haven't texted Jan. Jan hasn't texted me in months. It seems like. So, you know, like, I mean, I know other creators that talk to their mods all day, the whole day. And it's like, what you guys don't have something else to do? I mean, y'all have to have something better to do, right? I'm surely than just to be like hanging out in chats and stuff. I don't know. I mean, I'll be in the chats all day if I need to be, because I'm like, I'll be home, you know, be like, what's up? I don't know, I'm cleaning or doing my thing, but these people are like actively in them, like screenshotting and trying to make up conspiracies and all this and that and the other. So it's crazy. It's crazy out there on them streets with this case. This case is like, I swear this case has turned everybody on their head. And a lot of people want to hear the rumor, speculation, or whatever. I mean, I know a lot of people want to hear that still, and it's out there. You know, I mean, it's people are still out there saying don't talk about Seth, but they can talk about Chris and Katie. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. Okay, well, if you're going to talk about someone, I'm talk about somebody if I want to. Right, Thor? I know. The principles and the morals are right with, yeah. And it's small money. It's not like it's this huge, you know what I mean? Like, this is like, they are burning bridges. And like, take Betty, for instance. She's burnt every bridge with every creator on the platform. She used to have some people that kind of could tolerate her. You know, she had JLR that tolerated her. Molly Golightly, Justin, like, you know, she had her group of people. Now she doesn't have them. She burnt every bridge just because of Seth and Tony. For Seth and Tony, them two. And we're going to go over the text messages tomorrow. We're going to go over them with Steven. He's going to come on the show and he's going to help me understand them better. Because Clue did a video, or I guess she did a video, but I saw it on a clip channel today. And in the video, I can't read them very well. Like, I can't read the text very well. So he's going to come and help. So that is good for us. Good for us. So if you have any questions, you know, let us know tomorrow. But this is her. So these are her first 4 sets of charges. The 3 were disposed. That means that they were granted and the case is done for that. Like, that part's done. Then they have the one that's open. 2 open. I'm sorry, 2 open. If you go to the first one here, it pulls up. her new charges. So she's got 6 new charges: violation of order of protection or restraining order. Filed today. Violation date was 8/22. So the day that she was supposed to be in court, that was the day she was supposed to be in court. That's the day she violated it. I'm retired. I have no life either. Pooh Bears. I'm not retired. I don't feel like I have a life either, though. She was. Yeah, she was annoying. Yeah, she was. I know. It's crazy. I've had to unsub, unmember myself, step away. Like it's just too much. It's too much. We'll listen to Betty for a little bit. We'll listen to Betty. I picked this one because she looked like she was the most unhinged. I sound like her laughing almost. Just kidding. I don't sound like her laughing. She's going to wipe their camera off with a sock. But it's not just a sock. I mean, because that'd be whatever. It's her dog's toy. You can tell because it has a knot in it. You know how when your dog's a puppy, like maybe you'll give it a sock. You'll give the puppy a sock and you'll put like a knot in the sock. And it can chew on the knot. Like if it's teething or something. That's what, sorry, I'm stretching. That's what our girl, Betty, she's just wiping off the camera. She's violated it more than 6 times just today. Is she live right now again? How's she doing these? I mean, I guess she just sits there and goes live, but let's see. Betty. Oh no, she this was from earlier. Look at her. Or is she on her other channel? We have this one, this one, this one. Neither we haven't done any of these. Look, it says I watched this whole thing. I didn't. I've been on live. Look at her. Look at her. Here we go.
Hi, guys. It is so nice to see you. So nice to see you.
We got high-pitched Betty tonight. Great. I'd rather have country Betty. Where's country Betty? Or Skid Row Betty? I hate high-pitched voice Betty.
I finally got the orders. They mailed me the orders.
I got to get a green screen like hers. She finally got her orders. They finally mailed her the orders. No, you got it sent to you by email from your lawyer today because you just hired him, Betty. Come on now. Don't be stupid. I don't want her to ever take us as being stupid. If she says she had this lawyer the whole time, I'm just going to go to bed because that's where I should go.
Orders in my hot little hands. And
I want the orders.
The sheriff, not the courts. Not the courts. Sumner County Sheriff violated my rights, violated the law. What we were told, I can't say Sebastian Rogers' name, is a lie. Saying I can't say Katie or Chris or Terry.
Saying she doesn't have to wear a bra
is a lie. That is not what is in.
Sorry, Betty, but that's just truthful. We should all be having to wear one. The older you are, the more you should have to wear one. It should be like a part of your uniform.
The order. Here's the order right here. We're going to be going through this in just a few moments.
Oh.
So as far as me worrying about what I say on my own damn channel, if these folks don't come over here, they won't see what's on my channel. And I'm absolutely allowed to talk about a public case. And the order exonerates that. They had me.
You can't defame somebody, Betty. You are saying these people are responsible for their child's disappearance. You are saying that you are going to buy a pew-pew and go back to Tennessee with it. We heard you. We heard these lives. These you
guys to hear this because before I read, and I'll do this again because I know that while we're doing this, it's going to be a little while before people get in here. I know that the Brian Koberger case is going on. Hey guys, it's nice to see you. Oh, thank you, Cash. God bless you. I've got receipts. I want to make sure I'm very, very clear. This is the order.
I'm sure the Goncalves family is very, very happy to know that you were in their home and this is the person that you are. You didn't even go. You couldn't even stream the court date today. I hope they see that.
What people say is not what this says. This is the actual order from the courts. And Sumner County Sheriff's Office violated the law and violated my constitutional rights as well as my civil liberties. What that lady did, Detective Lisa Byington, was bullshit. Excuse my language. I'll watch my language now that I've calmed down a little bit. We're going to go over the order. But it didn't say I couldn't say their name. It didn't say I couldn't cover this case. It didn't say none of that nonsense. And I was arrested and detained unlawfully by the Sumner County Sheriff to shut me up. They can kiss my white breaded ass. Thank you. No, thank you. We're going to go over this.
I'm not sassy. I'm aggressively something.
So first, I'm going to go over what was stated.
Every shirt she wears has a saying on it.
That got me arrested.
And she makes fun of
JLR. Now that I'm
JLR.
comfortable enough to.
Yeah, you're in your bed.
Let's read what it says. This is what I was arrested for. Okay. Here's the affidavit from Lisa Byington. It says on August 22nd, 2024, 3 separate orders of protection were granted against the defendant, Andrew Lynn Griffin, by General Session Judge Ron Blanton. The petitioner on the protective order are Katie Proudfoot, Terry Bowersox, Maddie Kathy Bowersox. According to the order, the defendant cannot come about the petitioners for any purpose and must not contact them or their children either directly or indirectly by phone, email, message, text, mail, or any other type of communication or contact. This is my channel.
So
the only way you get contacted by this channel is if you subscribe or you're a member.
No,
they cannot stop me.
Shut up, Betty. What about if a subscriber shares your video? Betty.
From talking on my own damn channel. I don't reach out. I've never talked to these people. I've never emailed these people.
She puts it on her Twitter that she's live about it. She puts it on her Facebook group that she's live about it.
Never directly or indirectly. I talk to my audience, not these assholes.
Actually, talk to a bunch of hate watchers.
About 5 people. Remember I told you I got arrested for hashtags and threatening to sue? On August 22nd, 2024, shortly after the hearing, the petitioner learned the defendants went on a live on YouTube, Bullhorn Betty, and proceeded to blast how people were talking on social media about court and what took place because the defendant failed to appear in court. The defendant threatened to sue the Proudfoots and Bowersox. Now, my job is in Florida on my own channel, which did not contact any of these people. Now, if their friends send in my channel, that's not me contacting them. That's their own people contacting them. And use the hashtags, hashtag Chris Proudfoot, Katie Proudfoot, and their minor son, Sebastian Rogers, on her YouTube channel, Can't Fix Stupid, Tennessee. On August 22nd, 2024, at approximately 12 noon, your affiant received information from Katie Proudfoot that the defendant was live streaming on her YouTube channel, Bullhorn Betty. Your affiant watched the live stream, which showed the defendant driving while videotaping her feed. During the live stream, the defendant again threatened to sue the Proudfoots and Bowersox. The live stream titled Garbage of YouTube had hashtags of hashtag Chris Proudfoot, Katie Proudfoot, and their minor son, Sebastian Rogers, was listed on it. Based on these facts and statements, your affiant believes the defendant violated the conditions of 3 protective orders twice this date. Therefore, your affiant is charging the defendant with 6 counts of violation of a court order protection. These offenses did occur in Sumner County.
I about made one for myself.
These violations she lied and said they happened in Sumner County, Tennessee. I was in Florida and can prove it. This detective has lied under oath multiple times in this court hearing. Now, let's look at the order of...
She was going past their house when she was down there. That's probably what Katie said.
Protection. Did I see that? I don't know because I'm blocking my camera. Order of protection. This is what came from the judge.
I didn't see nothing. That was too fast.
It says right here, respondents stopped me. Well, we know that's a lie. But either way... Right?
You're at the Yogi Bear campground. You were at their home. You were at the place where her father, or Chris's father or stepfather was grocery shopping.
Right. We're just going strictly off the order as
you stopped traffic to get out of the car and to approach him. He didn't approach you, Betty.
It's written. It says, did things listed in the petition and the court adopts these facts and incorporates them in references and or. Nothing is written here. Nothing at all. It says that the respondent has specifically stopped, which we know, again, is a lie. And it states the respondent has I cannot have a firearm. And it says that the court is aware of. That the court, it specifically wrote there that the court is aware of. Here's what it says. It says no contact. You must not come about the petitioners, including coming by or to a shared residence for any purpose, and must not contact the petitioner, the petitioner's children, either directly or indirectly by phone, email, message, text message, mail, or any other type of communication or contact. I must stay away.
Any other type of communication or contact, just like a freaking YouTube page, Betty. It's a public platform.
You must stay away from the petitioner's home, workplace, children's home, and workplace. Personal conduct. You must not cause intentional damage to petitioner's property or interfere with the utilities at the home. These are all check marks. You see that? He has to check mark them for them to apply, right? He has to check mark them for them to apply. It says the court order respondent obeyed all orders on this form.
Wow,
not abuse
Betty,
or threaten to
bro.
abuse petitioner or minor children. I'm not threatening to abuse. Abuse is illegally defined. Not stop, threaten, or threaten to stop petitioner or petitioner's minor children. Never done that. Never done that. Personal conduct must not cause intentional damage to the.
You sent somebody though to the church or whatever whenever Katie was holding faith. So yeah, you indirectly you sent somebody there to do it for you.
Personal property. I think I just read that. You must not hurt or threaten any animals owned or kept by the petitioners or the petitioner's children. Standard form. Standard form. Nothing else is written in here. Standard form. Now, the only check mark on this page is this one down here. And this says, you must not have or attempt to have or receive or attempt to receive in any way get any firearm while this or later protective orders are in effect. You must transfer all firearms in your possession within 48 hours. You must fill out and file a firearms declaration within 1 day of transferring the firearm. If the state or federal agent approves it, your weapon that are registered under the national blah, 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 blah. This is all going away anyways. And if your firearm shows that you have federal firearms license, that you are only responsible party listed on the FLF, you must transfer all firearms inventory. We don't register firearms in the state of Florida. It says cost and fee of litigation. You must pay all cost and fee. There's no other language here. They did not say I could not talk about a public case on my personal platforms. Yet I was arrested for hashtags and threatening to lawfully sue someone.
Betty.
Lawfully sue someone.
Lawfully sue. Lawfully sue Katie and Chris for what? For what? For you harassing them for the last 4 months, Betty? Like, get the hell out of here. And take your Dollar Tree green freaking thing with you, tablecloth.
That's what I was arrested for. You guys just heard it. You guys want me to read it again? It says short.
Betty couldn't work with the public. She couldn't get a job out in the public. Could you imagine her serving up your Mickey D's, doing your taxes? I'm just, trying to think of different careers. Being a nurse or something. Oh my God, that'd be terrible. Oh man.
Shortly after the hearing, the petitioner learned the defendant went on a live. My lives don't contact anybody unless you sign up to get my lives.
People share them, Betty. You share them on different platforms, you weirdo. She posts all of her lives to Twitter, and then she posts them to TikTok. What are you talking about, Betty? And you have 150,000 people that follow you over on TikTok. I don't know how you got that big. 2020, that's why. That's what it was, 2020. If you were here in 2020, you got big.
I haven't directly or indirectly made contact with these people. Hell, I haven't even laid eyes on any of these people except one, and that's because he was following me. Sumner County railroaded me.
You're following him.
They lied under oath and said that these things happened in Sumner County when I was clearly in the state of Florida and I could prove it. I've never laid eyes on these people nor contacted them. Lisa Byington lied in an affidavit to the courts to have me arrested. That is what truly transpired. I just want everybody to understand that. I am absolutely allowed to say Sebastian Rogers' name. I'm absolutely allowed to talk about the details of this case. There is nothing in these orders that are preventing me from being able to do so. And Lisa Byington violated the law when she lied under oath. If you hashtag doesn't, no hashtag. That's for searching purposes for when people are searching for case information. That's all those hashtags do.
That's what pushes your video out, Betty. I never do hashtags. I always forget.
The way that I can contact them through here is if I.
And thanks, Mary Beth. I have 2 of these shirts because I love them so much, and I have it in maroon too. I got these years ago. At Hollister, and man, I wish I had them again this year.
I put an @ symbol on it and their name, and they have an account on YouTube.
Nash Native, that's a really good idea. I'll write that down. That's a good idea.
That's the only way that they're added. and get and receive a notification. I guarantee they cannot produce a notification that they receive from this unless they are subscribed to my channel. And that is by their hands, not mine.
They're not subscribed.
This is not in direct contact to them because I'm not trying to contact them. I'm talking to my audience, which is my job.
Stop calling it a
So
job.
I want you guys to understand just the gravity of the situation that these people are smearing me with the help of Sumner County violating my constitutional and civil rights. They unlawfully detained me for 19 hours to try to shut me up about this case, and they can't even do it with a protective order because the judge did not order it.
She's so
It doesn't
angry.
matter what he may have said in court. It doesn't matter how he said it in court. All it matters is what is on this order. This is the lawful order. This makes me even more angry than I ever was before.
You could tell. Look how mad. I mean, she is seething. She is mad. You know? Imagine her as a Walmart greeter asking to see your receipt. Look at her face. She's mad. Like Betty is big mad. Betty, just go to court.
Because now I know just how dirty the Sumner County Sheriff's Department is.
Oh, God, here we go. Corrupt.
They're dirty.
They're dirty.
They deserve an internal investigation. I'm going to be reaching out to anybody and everybody related to this case about the violations I did. And I'm going to be pushing for that entire department, that entire Sheriff's Department to be under investigation for this matter. This order here is lawful. This right here is a lawful order, right? It is a lawful order. It's a moot order because I wasn't properly served, but the judge did not violate my constitutional rights or my civil rights. It was Sumner County Sheriff and Sumner County Sheriff alone. Can you even talk anymore about or you just can't communicate to the, right. Exactly. I could talk about this case all day long on my own personal channels and platforms. If they get contacted from my personal platforms, it's because they requested to. They requested to. That means they intentionally want contact when they're telling the courts they want none. I am so angry right now because I thought the judge violated my rights. I thought he had a gag order. This is not a gag order. You know what this is? This is a normal, run-of-the-mill, boilerplate, checkbox form that the judge uses so he doesn't make any mistakes. The judge didn't violate my rights. Sumner County did. Sumner County Sheriff. Eric Craddock. The people under him. Why are they unlawfully detaining people that are innocent and have broke no laws, but refuse to arrest parents for lying under oath, disappearing a child? There's no appeal. They didn't properly serve me. This has to all be stayed. This has to all be stayed. So I'm letting my attorney's already done everything. He's already been the attorney of record. As you guys know, the court case did not go forward today in court. As the people that went there did. They can't prevent me from talking about my life and the things going on in my life. They can't prevent me from talking about a public case. They've railroaded me and they violated my rights. They basically arrested me here from me communicating in Florida, which I can prove because again, Google Maps, right? I can show exactly where I was at the time this order was in, and I was just leaving the state of Florida, right? I was still in the state of Florida when I was running those lives as I'm going out of the state. I hadn't made it out of the state yet, and she says that I did this in Sumner County. I wasn't in Sumner County. I can prove 100% that I was in the state of Florida when these things happened. And this is the second time.
She's talking about when you were rolling past her house. That's what happened in Sumner County. There's things that have happened in different counties, different states, because you went to Yogi Bear Campground. That's what she means when she's saying that, Betty. Not the whole damn order was in Sumner County.
Detective lied under oath.
You're making these detectives and these people, you're making them seem like they're idiots and they're incompetent, and they're not. It's you. It's not them. It's you. Let me tell you, it's you.
To a judge. Remember, she said I was intentionally and willfully trying to avoid service.
You were.
When I wasn't even in the state of Florida, when the service was brought to my house. And I actually have, listen to this, I actually have proof of that because.
So you weren't in the state of Florida. You were in Tennessee. So why didn't you go down and get it? Because the whole internet was screaming at you that you had it. You knew. Why are you acting dumb, Betty? Don't act dumb. It's too late for that.
Remember, Delilah was attacked that Monday
Oh,
evening before I
God.
left Tuesday morning.
That dog wasn't attacked. No, absolutely not, ma'am. Those little Pomeranians, one of them got her little finger and it looked like a little prick mark. I was like, are you kidding me right now with this? And she's like, the dog bit me. It was going to get Delilah. Delilah never got bit.
And so they had me on body cam footage with the officer that came here saying they wanted me to meet with the health department because of the bite. And I said, I can't. I said, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm leaving tomorrow. I even said I'm going to Tennessee, but I never went to Tennessee. I was going to Tennessee, but I started off in Mississippi. That was my starting point.
Oh. So you were going to go to Tennessee because you had that court date, but then you decided not to.
So you can clearly see, and you can see where when I made my reservations, you can clearly see the hotel I made my reservations in. Like, I've got documentation of all of this and could prove exactly that. Not only that, but literally body cam footage from the day before stating I'm leaving and I'm going to my mom's.
So?
And I literally told them I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm leaving tomorrow morning to head up north.
You never said where you were going. You just said up north.
So I literally have, like,
weird.
you can't document this any better. And she stood in front of a judge and told him I'm willfully and intentionally trying to avoid service. Now, mind you, when I tried to come back to the state of Florida, we had a hurricane and flooding, preventing me from making it back to my home for at least
Yeah. And you didn't tell anybody? You just were, okay.
2 additional days. This is corruption. This is corruption at its core. This is corruption at its core. Listen, I've got an attorney. Don't tell me what I need to be doing, okay? I appreciate your concern and everything else like that. But one thing you don't want to do when I'm this hot is tell me what to do. That's a good way to get blocked. I have an attorney. When my attorney tells me to take my butt to court, that's when my butt's going to court. Why
didn't your attorney tell you to shut the F up? Any good attorney knows that's the first thing you tell your client. Shut up. Don't talk about it. Don't say a word about it. Stay off the internet, Betty. Just go and put a bra on. I'm on change.org's website. I'm going to make a change. I'm going to make a petition and we're all going to sign it. Betty must wear a bra when she interacts with anybody online, in person, or on the phone. Even on the phone. I'm on change.com. I said, we're coming together to ask everyone to sign this petition so that born Betty must wear a bra on any live video or in-person interaction she may have. That's how far I've gotten so far. They tell her to stay offline, right? Maybe we should call her lawyer and ask her lawyer, like, hey, did you tell her to stay offline? Because she ain't listening.
It ain't happening. Okay?
Frizzle and Sizzle or whatever their name is
advising me of what to do. And I'm going to listen to him, not a bunch of people on YouTube.
So don't listen to Betty.
I've got the orders. I've read the orders. The judge did not violate my constitutional rights. Sumner County Sheriff's Office did. I even had to, the whole time I was out in front of the sheriff's department, we had to have the bail bondsman every 20 minutes check to make sure that these a-holes didn't try to do some sneaky stuff while I was out there. But I don't want to be in jail, obviously. But if they had to arrest me, I was going to make sure that there was a whole bunch of cameras there for them to do it.
There was no cameras there. I can
pretty much tell you right now that after the arrest, and they realized how much they screwed up by failing to serve me properly and then detaining me unlawfully for 19 hours, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of bad juju going on behind the scenes in the Sumner
19 hours. Like, that's like, come on, Betty.
County Sheriff. And I can guarantee there is probably one really pissed off district attorney right now having to look at this and say, oh my God, they just violated her rights. Because he's going to be the one that has to deal with that. Because of this stupid detective. This overzealous detective.
See, there are people on this platform that do work very hard with their channel. You know, they work every live they have. They work on it. They read the articles. They, beforehand, they get familiar with their cases. They don't ask for a lot when it comes to people. They're members in their channel. They just, want people to have a good time. And then you got people like Betty and others that are gaining so much money from their subscribers and their video counts because they're getting, pretty good views. And it's like, these people are the ones that are getting all this? These people? Or the people that don't even show their face? You don't even know who they are? You don't even know who's behind the screen. I don't know. I just, that in true crime, that freaks me out. I want to see you if you're in true crime. I don't want to, no. I don't want to see a pretend you.
I do too, Mike. Oh, hey, Seth. It's nice to see you. Did you hear the whole thing? Did you hear the whole order? They never told me I couldn't speak about your son. I have never contacted these people. I have never indirectly or directly contacted.
Is that Seth? What she say? Who's in the chat?
I do too, Mike. Oh, hey, Seth. It's nice to see you. Did you hear the whole thing? Did you hear the whole order? They never told me I couldn't speak about your son. I have never contacted these people. I have never indirectly or directly contacted. Indirect contact means I call somebody and say, hey, go do this. That's indirect contact. Okay?
You have done that. Sonia, your best buddy.
Never done that.
Liar.
Never done that in a million years.
Liar.
Hold on, let me go up to this, Susie. I just want to say these stupid idiots. Where is it? Is this the one? Oh, what am I going to make it about? Well, I'm going to make it about Sebastian when you animals decide to quit making it about me and
With the father in the chat?
bringing me into this and having me unlawfully detained and arrested. How about that? Do you ever care about rights? I'm a victim in this situation now too. Did you ever think of it?
No, she didn't. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. Hey, best of me. Welcome back. Welcome back. You see me spinning in a chair as soon as you come in. Welcome back. Oh, she says she's a. We've been covering Mamta Bat's case, the woman that's missing. And her husband had the nerve to say, I'm the one that's suffering the most. That's what Betty just sounded like. I'm suffering the most. That's what he said on camera. That's Betty. Look.
Like making it about me. Make it about Sebastian when you animals decide to quit making it about me and bringing me into this and having me unlawfully detained and arrested. How about that? Do you ever care about rights? I'm a victim in this situation now too. Did you ever think of it like that?
I'm sure Katie wants to get her hands on her.
These people have some freaking nerve. Have some nerve. I read through every single one of the orders just to make sure there wasn't like Katie didn't have some extra writing in hers. And I don't see that. They violated the law. The sheriff violated the freaking law. They violated a court order and they had me arrested for no reason. No reason. And people were like, how much money have you cost this county? No, how much money have they cost themselves? That's what I'd like to know. How much money have they cost themselves? These people are absolutely disgusting. I am absolutely appalled and ashamed that a sheriff's office would do something like this. This egregious. 19 hours.
19 hours. I told you she was going to act like it. I thought she was going to come out acting a little harder, but 19 hours, you know, you hear these cases. It makes me giggle because you do hear these cases that do happen to people where they've been in prison for years and years and they're, you know, innocent. But you got Betty over here that's guilty. Everyone knows she's guilty. She's guiltier than guilty. And she's like, they had me for 19 hours. You're lucky that you got bailed out. You're lucky that you had subscribers that could bail you out, or Seth or Tony or whoever did it. You know what I mean? You didn't do it. You're lucky to be out. You are so lucky. You should be thanking these people that are in your chat instead of yelling at them, calling them dum-dums and that they're trolls. Maybe you should be thanking those people because those people are probably the people that threw in money for your bail. Just saying. Just saying, Betty, like you.
For committing no crimes, no contact, no violation of a court order, and I was detained for 19 hours. I'm beyond angry. Beyond. I will not stop talking about this. I will not keep Sebastian's name out of my mouth. This boy needs justice. He needs to be found. He needs to be brought home. And we got 2 people that are doing everything they can to stop it from happening. Actually, 4 people. And it makes you wonder, why does a family that proclaims that they miss their family member, why are they so hell-bent on stopping any type of help? It doesn't make any sense.
I wouldn't want help
I
from
got
you.
the court order. Sumner County violated a court order. That woman knew what she was doing. She had this court order in her possession, custody, and control when she filed that bogus affidavit. The exact same day.
But you just
that
want
the
to
court
yell this whole
order
time
went in
about this.
place.
You're wrong. Oops.
Know what's wrong with this lady?
Let's see. Look,
But now that
Sonya's
I
in
know
there. Look
she's
at this.
willing to do this, how many other people
Where's her chat at? What's going on here?
have they done this to that live in their community, or other outsiders that have come into their community to visit?
Manipulation.
It is disgusting. It is disgusting. So there is no order in the protective order that tells me I can't talk about this case and I can't talk about the people involved in this case. And because of hashtags and threatening
No justice, no peace, somebody's putting in here.
to sue somebody, and I was talking to my audience. I wasn't talking to anybody else but my audience. They are not part of my audience. Remember, they're so fearful of me. So why would they ever be on my channel if they're so fearful of me, right? My little 5'1". We have an MMA fighter, right? But a 5'1", 145-pound chick. And you know what? In their stuff, they had my height and weight wrong. Now, if they see me in the flesh, my height and weight is pretty obvious when you meet me. Okay? Anybody can tell you that has met me that I'm a lot shorter than they ever thought I was.
She gonna be mad about the weight. I'm petty Betty today. Because she told everybody she was 130 pounds or something like that, and she's 165. It's on her license or whatever whatever they use, or that's what she's gonna say. She's gonna be like, well, that's what I was on my license, but that's not what I am now. But
they got my wrong height and my wrong weight.
Betty, it's okay, Betty. It's okay if you're 5 foot 165. That's okay, Betty. It's okay. I'm 5'8", 140. We're not as small as we used to be.
In their affidavits. By several inches.
So funny. Oh my gosh, they got my height and weight wrong. Probably because they don't stand up next to you. They're not the freaking
Certain
circus.
creators are responsible for pushing
These aren't carnies. They're not there to like guess your height and weight, Betty.
the prophets to get the order of protection. If they spent this much time finding their son, oh wait, they don't give a damn. You're damn right they don't. You're damn right they don't. But now, I've been walking.
Well, they have the wrong height and weight for Sebastian, so go figure. That's what Seth is saying in the chat right now. Seth, I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that Katie knows how much her kid weighed and how tall he was. She was with him 7 days a week, except for 2 to 4 days out of the month. She bought his clothes. She bought his underwear. She bought his undershirts. I'm pretty sure Katie knows how much her kid weighed approximately and his height. And that's who they asked. Maybe they should have asked Seth, but he probably would have given them a height and a weight from back when they were in California. Sorry, I'm a little testy with Seth, but it's crazy to me that a father could be in a chat like this. I mean, it's not even about the case. It's about the person. It's just about the person.
On eggshells and worried about, how
like he's in here listening to her going off on his ex-wife and whatever. And Katie and Chris don't do this to Seth when they go on their interviews. They never bash him, but that's all he does.
How much more of my freedoms and my constitutional rights are going to be violated by Sumner County. Now that I have the court orders in my hand, I know exactly what I am and am not allowed to do until it's stayed. And I'm pretty sure my attorney is working on the stay now, because it should have automatically been stayed when that paperwork was filed in my court hearing, my court cases. and people are talking about my the new whatever court line item. It's because I was arrested unlawfully. You know, that has to be a court record. So they did all of this for what? For what? And for Sumner County Sheriff Office not to follow the law, and they're the law enforcement body, is pretty stinking disgusting to me.
Betty.
But they now know.
Your chat's not going that fast for you to have to keep clicking and looking. You can look at it, right? I mean, I've got one eye and it's not moving. It's not
They
moving
now
out
know.
here.
This is pretty
Jerry Wayne, Betty, you're so hot when you're angry, respectively.
freaking big. They arrested a video journalist for doing video journalism work.
You're not a journalist.
I want that to sink in. I will not stop talking about this case. And now that I have
DM said we don't want her.
knowing that the orders are null and void at this point because they didn't properly serve me. There is if you guys read, well, you guys don't even have the stuff, but I'm not going to go into the details of my information or my case, but they didn't properly serve me. That's why I wasn't in court. If they had properly served me, I or my attorney would be in court. And
you didn't have an attorney.
I think they heard in court. It matters what's in the court order. And the court order does not prevent me from discussing this case. It only prevents me from going around them or making contact with them. I've never been around them and I've never made contact with them. Even before these were even filed, I've never seen anyone but one. And we know why I saw that person because we were all watching.
You're following them.
You guys now believe the corruption. See, remember, I had hope. I didn't believe there was corruption in this county. They are hiding.
You say it in every county.
You wonder what is Sumner County Sheriff hiding? What are they doing that's underhanded that they don't want to be found?
Are you going to say something about the cops did something to this boy? She's dumb. Betty, respectfully, get off the internet. You're not meant for YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or Facebook or any platform that's social. You're not a social person, Betty. You never learned the social cues. You don't have common sense. That's what it is. You think you do, but you don't. Coming from somebody that has a lot of common sense, you've got zero, Betty. You've got zero.
I went back to your live stream. I don't hear anything that is so bad.
You got not even a little bit of an attribute towards common sense. You can't know. It's like, I mean, there's not anything that I think I've ever agreed on with this lady before ever. And I'm pretty easy to get along with.
I don't exactly, Evan, exactly. Because it doesn't exist. What she waited to do is, if you notice how close these things are in proximity, my job is in Florida. So that tells me that Sumner County was gunning for me. They just wanted the court order so they could make an arrest or have some type of footing to make an arrest. But what they used was
they arrested you because you broke the court order. They already had the protection order. Okay, Betty, you didn't show up for court. That's why you got arrested.
Constitutional rights and tried to turn that into an arrest, which they effectively did, violating my Constitution and by detaining me unlawfully for 19 hours. That is a violation of my civil liberties because they had no right to arrest me to begin with. None. I did nothing wrong. Are you guys getting it now? All these people spreading around false information. And I just read the whole thing to you guys verbatim out of the order itself. And then I also read you guys the affidavit from that very corrupt detective, Lisa Byington, with the Sumner County Sheriff's Department, lying under oath, saying these things happened in Sumner County when she absolutely knew I was not in Sumner County. I have not been in Sumner County but one time prior to these protective orders. And if she was really a detective worth her salt, she would have done this thing called investigation. And the investigation would have showed her I was only in town for 4 days. 2 of those days were in Hendersonville. 1 of those days were in Gallatin in Mississippi. And 1 of those days, Memphis. And 1 of those days was Gallatin and White House.
That's more than 4 days.
It's hard to build a stalking case when you can't even show that I was in any type of area that these people were in except one. And that's because he followed me. And we've got that documented on video. You have video proof. Yeah, of Bowers. Yeah, you damn right. Question and crime. I do.
No, you don't.
I do.
What do you have?
And so I did notice that these were all listed. My attorney's listed in every single one of the court cases.
Now he is. Now, because you just got him. Fizzle and Sizzle or whatever their name is.
The way it's going to work
Have a
is
look.
once the order is stayed, that means they never had any lawful right. How they arrested me anyway was unlawful because it goes against the court order. The court order doesn't say I can't talk about this case or say their name. And it doesn't state that I can't tell my audience that I'm going to sue somebody either.
That's not why they got the order.
But it happened to me. I would never believe that this was possible in America if it didn't happen to me. It's a good thing. I feel better now because the unknown kind of sucked. But now that I read the order and I realize what Lisa truly did.
Betty, you got 6 violations of the protection order from 8/22. And it's not been disposed of. They're open. They're open, honey. You got a lot of charges on you, babes. So you might need to call Sumner County and get that straightened out.
She deserves to be fired.
You're fired. You're fired from YouTube. I'm the boss now, and I just fired you. So wrap it up. Go home. Go play with Delilah. Where is Delilah? Where's Delilah already? I don't see Delilah. I haven't seen her this whole life. Where's the dog? Betty, where's your dog?
She deserves to be fired.
Was she on any of these lives?
Because she violated the law. She violated a court order. She violated somebody's rights. And she's no different than the people that she locks away.
Look at her making these a hate mob in the chat.
She's no different.
You're getting close to the truth being revealed. Oh, Cindy. Cindy with a Y instead of an I. No. I wish I could revoke people's internet passes.
Yeah, that's why I said gag orders are unconstitutional. And I can't believe that a court would violate somebody's rights. And when I read this, I realized it wasn't the courts that violated my rights. It was Sumner County Sheriff and Sumner County Sheriff alone. So who do you tell about them? Oh, it's going to court. The attorney's already been working on it. All this stuff is undone.
Because of you, not because of your attorney. It's because of you breaking the law. I hope your attorney's good.
All of this stuff is undone. My people in surrounding community, Ellie said, don't like them and don't F with them. Well, I didn't F with them, but they F'd with me. And you know what? You mess with the bull, you get the bullhorn. I'm about to.
Betty, your ugliness is starting to show on the outside. It really is. It really is. Are you on Ozempic?
Make that freaking county's head spin. What they did was
curious.
wrong.
I guess everybody's on Ozempic.
And I want to know how many other people they've done this to.
How'd she lose the weight?
Because I want to make sure that they are represented. I want to make sure that if Lisa's done this to other people,
She's
those other
my
people's
dog.
attorneys know about them.
My dogs are passed out asleep.
She's laying down. She's in her bed. She's
okay.
between her legs right now.
Okay,
She's
there's
nice
Delilah. Okay. I need a proof of life. So
nice.
I need proof of life, Betty. I need to see the dog.
Million more. Don't you get Discovery now? Listen, my attorney's going to do whatever he's going to do. He's going to be back in town, I believe, on Monday. He was everything kind of just got a little haywire with this case, but it was because of an overzealous detective.
It's because Betty didn't have a lawyer and she decided to go after a victim's family.
Thought she had the right to detain me for my freedom
and call them murderers when there's not even been a crime reported
of speech.
And you can incite hate with that many subscribers.
I don't know what in the world is wrong with this woman.
The lawyer was on vacation.
I'm never a fan of yours, but I'd have bailed you out so you could raise your voice for Sebastian. Also, at least someone went to jail for Sebastian, granted the wrong person. Because it sounds like Sumner County Sheriff likes to arrest innocent people and let the guilty ones go. That surely is the narrative here, right?
Look, this lady's funny, right? This Tammy Darby, freaking liar in the chat. Liar, 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 pants on lying face. She says, I report those hate channels. Every time I see them come up in my feed, I block them and then I report them. If you block a channel, it goes away. What do you mean, honey? If you block something, like if I were to go over here and block this like name, it would just be bye. Wouldn't see it anymore. Oh my Lord of mercy.
A kid disappears from their own home inside their own locked bedroom and locked house with their own mother, just disappears, right? She can't explain how this child
Is he in the freaking walls, Betty? Because you keep saying he just disappears. Don't you think the Ring video camera would have got her car packing up out of the driveway if she took Sebastian out of the house that night and went and hid him somewhere? Betty, don't you think that, Betty, that a Ring camera would pick up her vehicle? Don't you? Don't you? Okay. That's what I thought. And if he's in the house, is he in the walls or something? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean, Betty? I hate when people say that. There was no sign that he left. Yeah, there is. There was a scent.
child walked out the house? Nobody can, right? Law enforcement can't. She can't. His stepfather can't. His father damn sure doesn't know because he was at work. And I keep going back to my word. What if Seth didn't work the night shift? With all this hate Seth has right now, if his alibi was I was sleeping, he would be crucified. Crucified. He's being crucified now for being at work.
Oh, kind of like Chris.
And not being responsible for the disappearance of his son. And I also find it funny that they keep saying that there's no evidence to support any criminal activity, but nobody's cleared. Does anybody notice that that's funny? Well, if there's no criminal activity, then there shouldn't be anybody that has to be cleared.
The cops say that because they don't know what the hell happened.
Right?
They don't know what happened.
In the reality of things. And then, moreover, did you guys hear the statement from the FBI? Did you guys hear the statement from the FBI?
Oh, God.
The statement from the...
So Seth said, I am pretty sure that if I was living in Sumner County, they would have violated my rights as well. You don't have to be living there for them to arrest you there, Seth. You're an idiot.
The FBI says for the safe return of Sebastian or the...
Sebastian, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry that you had to go through all the stuff that you went through with this. Like this person.
Those responsible. Usually it says the person.
I'd be damned if my father was up in a chat when I was missing. I'm sorry. That just really gets me. It grinds my gears. It grinds him so bad because he's in this stupid, lame ass drama chat that we're over here watching because we ain't got nothing else to do neither. But he has something else to do. He could be out looking for his damn kid. Put a flyer somewhere. Call somebody. What are you doing? Go on national news. I thought you guys were going national. Betty?
Responsible. And usually puts like the S
Hey,
in, like little...
Earth comes in. I'm over here going deep and everybody just... Everybody comes in and I'm either twirling in a chair or going off. It's just one of those nights.
Parentheses, person, so it can be person or persons. That's usually how they do it. And they didn't do it. They made it absolutely plural. Those. THOSE. Those.
Just like you say we all the time. Like we. Who is we? You got a freaking mouse in your pocket?
Those.
Man, she's creepy. You're ugly showing, Betty.
Wow. Yes, Gypsy. The answer is yes. I will always do the right thing for the right cause. I put myself in jeopardy with my job and have for a very long time. It's just now that people are starting to realize how much danger I put myself in.
Gypsy, you got me blocked. I don't even know a
I've been in
gypsy.
danger. I've come face to face with rapists, murderers.
When has she come across the R word and unalivers? When is she?
That's why I said that what these other creators are doing to put me in more jeopardy than I already put myself in is really disgusting. Those creators lie to you.
Hey, oh my gosh, your laugh last night was when you're on panel. I think it was the last night or night before. Your laugh is so adorable. Oh my gosh, your voice could have calmed me down when I'm mad. You have that voice. You have that calming voice.
They lied to the world.
Your laugh is the cutest.
They had me arrested through BS tactics that are unlawful.
BS tactics.
And now that I have the orders, I feel much relieved because Katie and Chris cannot stop me from talking about Sebastian Rogers' case. They can't even stop me from saying their names because they're associated with this case. At the end of the day, Katie was the only person inside that house with her son. That's what's in the reports. Okay.
At the end of the day, Betty, you've got 6 charges of violation of an order of protection or restraining order on you. At the end of the day, like when you're laying your head down tonight, you're charged. You violation. Those are not disposed of. Betty, you're in trouble. You're in trouble, Betty.
I'm not making it up. That's what's in the reports. Grace upon grace. I've been a very
She's
strong
doing
person.
that. She's stressed. That's the stress hands. I do it. Like y'all know when I'm feeling some type of stress because I do the stress. Those are stress hands. Or she's covering her boobies, but I mean I don't know because she's not wearing what she should be wearing. I don't need to be mean to make fun of somebody for their looks, but Betty, you got to put a bra on. That's just a part of life. It stinks. But if you have tatas and they are over a certain size, you have to kind of keep them a little bit in check. And it's just because that's society and that's the rules, Betty. And you got to follow the rules of society.
And I've faced critics. You got to remember, I'm in the world of politics.
Coming from the girl that walks home with like her beach towel from the pool. I never put my dress back on, but but I don't look like Betty.
And, politics is a swampy area. But you know what? Politics, people aren't usually felons and willing to do underhanded.
Betty. One word. Trump. What do you... Okay. Betty. Wasn't how many charges was Trump? Does Trump have like 300 or something like that? I mean, the dude's got so many charges. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to knock on him or anything, but Betty, you can't. What do you mean politics don't have people that are felons in it? That's most of politicians are freaking like a little shady.
I remember, I'm in the world of politics.
She's in the world of politics. I've heard that before from a creator from True Crime. She said, I came from politics. I about fell out of my chair.
Politics is a swampy area. But you know what? Politics, people aren't usually felons and willing to do underhanded and illegal stuff. Here on
Remember our Capitol...
these streets, these people can't even get jobs at the 7.
Have you been on Twitter at all lately, Betty? Because our world is falling apart. Our country is falling apart with people doing some stuff.
11 because their criminal background is so bad that the only thing they can do is have an uneducated opinion with a microphone. That's why. Have you heard they found a body in a drainage ditch at one of the RV parks? I haven't heard that, VP. No, I surely have not. I can tell you if there is something that matches the description of Sebastian, I'm even though I don't trust Sumner at all, I am still at least confident in part that they would reach out to Seth. And the reason why I say this, is because there's been other things that have happened. This is not the first time we've came across a bone, right? Or a body, right? At the graveyard. Remember the body at the graveyard?
Look, just like Trump, they try to silence him and they have dirty tactic Trump 2024.
This is not the first time we've had
Why the green curtain behind you? It's not a curtain.
Like and Seth was called very quickly. And it's my understanding, now Seth can correct me, but it's my understanding that somebody from the Sumner County Sheriff called him and said, I just want to let you know, I know you're going to hear this, but it's not Sebastian. Now, they didn't tell him who it was, but whoever that kid was, they knew who that kid was, even though they didn't tell the rest of the world at that moment. I haven't followed that again in a long time. We heard unanimously that it's not Sebastian, so I just moved on, and people were still carrying on like it was some kind of conspiracy from the sheriff. We don't know. We know they've lied to us before, but I think that somebody needs to run against Eric Craddock for the November election. I can tell you, I will put the weight of this channel behind whoever that might be. If we need to bring a whole team of people into the community to door knock, phone bank, I've done it all. I've done it all. I'm happy to do that. So for those people in Hendersonville, if you guys have somebody that's wanting to run for sheriff, obviously I need to speak to them, hear them, make sure I align with their positions, all their positions, or at least the majority of their positions. You're never going to align with.
Betty, I actually got a Victoria's Secret card, like those little cards they give you when you buy something. I bought a bunch of clothes, and I can send it to you, Betty. It's $20 off a $50 purchase, I think. So $50 bra, you get $20 off. I'm sorry, but she has to know. She has to know, right? That you shouldn't.
100% of the time. But if we can have some great understanding about what law,
like if you're going to be a creator on the platform, put a little energy into it. You know what I mean? Like when you're going to get ready and go live, like do you just what? How does that go, Betty? You just turn on the camera, I guess. Like I'd be steaming my shorts and everything before my live, y'all. I'm about to get up and show y'all my steamer if I have to. It's as tall as me. I steam my clothes. I spend at least 4 hours online behind this computer. Not talking about all the hours I spend when I'm cleaning during the day. That's just me sitting here, by myself. But Betty she's doing the Kohlberger hands.
Is and what it looks like, then I'm willing to support with, I don't support typically politicians with any financial resources because I feel like my personal presence is more valuable than any amount of money that I would be able to donate to them because I don't really have a whole lot, right? We generate enough money, as I was telling Tony, we generate enough money on this platform monthly to pay, my expenses, plus allow me to travel to one case a month. That's
damn, Betty, how much you making? I can't even afford one bill. And I'm not even trying to exaggerate right now. Like Betty, how much is she sinking out of her subscribers to not even be prepared for her lives? I know other creators that are like this too. They're not prepared. They just come on here and spew stuff. I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start looking at y'all when I come on live and I'm going to say, give me something. Just kidding. I couldn't do that. I would be like so like frantic.
Basically, we over time, I hope to build the channel up a little bit more so we can do 2 cases a month or spend maybe more time in the area.
2 cases a month.
A victim. We only have budgets for certain.
You've been on the same case for 4 months, Betty. Move on.
Things is why I drive my car into the ground because it does help. Plane fare is expensive. Rental cars are expensive. So having my vehicle takes that away. Right. And also with air, I have to pay for weight. That means my equipment. I can't bring my equipment with me.
I bring Betty. Bets a million. I guarantee her suitcase is smaller than mine. I can guarantee that. And I bring last year when we went out to California, I brought my light with me. I brought a stand. I brought everything, like everything I needed. My little microphone. And I just put it all on my one that goes under the plane. Didn't go over the weight. Actually, I think I might have maybe. No, I didn't go over the weight that time. That was a different time.
Because it weights down my bags and you got to pay extra fees for weight.
You put your little light in there that weighs like a pound, if that. You don't wear t-shirts every day with sayings on them. You can literally pack 5 t-shirts for a 5-day event, I'm sure, because you probably don't change your clothes but once a day. I hope you change them more than that because you're in Florida. It gets a little stinky down there. But
on your bags. So it really does work out better that I can drive my vehicle. But, from this morning of being exhausted because I was just in the unknown to now getting this, I've got to tell you, my blood is boiling. My blood is boiling. I pray to God that the ACLU, actually, as a matter of fact, there's ACLU in Nashville. What you guys could do for me if you guys chose to.
Oh my God, here we go. She wants you to write another piece of paper, write it out, send it to her, go get it notarized. People here that love it is reach out to them and let them know how unjust this was, that this is a major case and they should be taking it up for my behalf.
I'm really trying to get the ACLU involved in this case
Who's the ACLU?
because what they did is a clear violation of my constitutional rights and my civil liberties. And the ACLU gets a lot of our taxpayer money
American Civil
in
Liberties.
grants from our government because of their nonprofit work in advocating against these atrocities from our government to individuals. And they're very, very good. Whether I agree with their overall policies or not, they're still a good resource for civil.
Betty thinks these people are actually going to help her, just like Seth Rogers thinks Chris McDonough and the Cold Case Foundation is going to help him if he gets cleared by the LE. He ain't coming near your case. I'm sorry. I don't think he would.
Rights and constitutional right violations. And so I hear that they have a very active ACLU in their area. Maybe getting some people to just write them a letter, email them, call them, might help bring some attention to my case where they can get involved and start helping through the legal process, because there's a lot that needs to go into this. And the ACLU provides these services, of my understanding, free of charge. And that would be.
Do you think that they're going to help you when you are the one that's actively harassing a victim's family? Do you think the civil people that deal with civil rights or they're going to help you over a victim's family? You got me messed up, Betty.
Be amazing. Then my attorney can handle
what
we're dealing with now, and the ACLU can deal with the government, and what they did. But
maybe I should send her a bra. I have all the sizes.
Really want to start getting those things in the process. I filled out the form yesterday, and I haven't heard from them. I don't know what that looks like, how long it takes them to get the intake form, reach out to me. And I don't know if they're going to call me, email me. It's hard because I keep my phone locked down. So if you're not in my contacts or I don't know you, you can't get through to me. You can't get through to me by phone. You can't get through to me by text. You can't get through to me by anybody. You're blocked. You go straight to the voicemail, but you're blocked. You can't get to me, I don't, all I do on my end is I don't even listen to, if I don't know you, I don't listen. I just delete it because it comes up on a screen and you can delete the voicemails. You don't even have to listen to them. So I don't listen to.
This Truth in Time is an idiot. It took 3 days for the Proud Feet. I love how people, whenever they put them together, they make the name plural. Just because there's 2 of them, it doesn't change their last name from Proudfoot to Proud Feet. It took 3 days for the Proud Feet to release a statement. It actually took longer than that, dummy. They made a statement on March 4th. He went missing to February 26th. They didn't talk until then. I'm just saying, that's the truth. Truth in Time is, I don't know where you've been, but you haven't been here in this case.
The voicemail. That's
the stuff I see in chats, and it gets me fired up because I know these people are in chats all the time, especially if you're a member. You should know. You should know. Don't act weird. And the creators that act stupid are just even worse.
Especially from people I don't like.
Naive.
Anybody that I that is not blocked on my phone can make it through if I have certain settings. Like right now I have Do Not Disturb. So there's literally 5 people that can ring this phone when it's on Do Not Disturb. 5. And 2 of those.
That's a lot of people to have, actually. She has more than me. I don't have one. Do Not Disturb. I don't have Vincent.
People are Tony and Seth.
Tony and Seth are on there?
My thoughts have always been with the RV park drains around the. Well, we know that I'm telling you, there's something with this whole trip to go pick up the RV. It was weird. It was a weird timing. It seemed like the priorities didn't seem right. Like who gives a rat's ass about an RV that's at a secured RV?
There ain't no way this late. Truth in Time, you are. Or Rhonda. This was Rhonda this time. I lost it in Tennessee Walmart. Which Tennessee Walmart? Last night. They won't put Sebastian's picture up. Said they don't have room. No, they would never do that. Whoever that manager was that talked to you, they would have taken, because of their manager, they would have taken that missing person flyer and they would have found a spot for it, or they would have just taken it and kind of put it on the desk. But they wouldn't have not taken it from you. People are not that hateful, like when it comes to people in management, like and customer service like that. They'll usually just take it. If they have to throw it away because they don't have room for it, they'll do that. But they're not going to tell the person giving them to them that.
RV park.
I don't believe that.
Call them up, make payment arrangements, and be done with it. Who leaves their grieving wife behind to go pick up a camper 3.5 hours away and stays gone for 24 hours?
So it's not 17 now, it's 24.
There's only 2 reasons. Well, 3 reasons. An affair, drugs, or something to hide.
Oh, I bet he was hiding something, even though you said Sebastian didn't leave the house. So how could he be hiding something if he didn't leave the house, Betty? Betty, you're making my head hurt. You're making my head hurt, Betty, because you just said 20 minutes ago he never left the house. We have no evidence he left the house, like he's in the walls or something. Oh gosh, not Sinead. Don't go to Target.
Sorry, that's how I feel. Those are my opinions. And guess what?
Her hair is wild. It is wild. It looks longer. She needs a short haircut. I think she should cut it short. Cut your hair short, Betty. It'll give you more volume on the top and you'll love it. You'll love it. Look, I had to cut my hair short. I don't love it though, but we got to fix you up. Did they stop selling hair dye? Do they not sell hair dye anymore? Because that's where we got to start, Betty. Gotta get you a good dye job going.
I'm entitled to them. Miss Lisa Byington.
We got to have you make a decision. You want to be brown or you want to be blonde?
I'm entitled to my opinions on my channel.
Me too.
Thank you, Patty. God bless you. True, that county needs to vote someone else in his county. Yeah. And whatever, I mean, they've got leaks in their department. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on that ain't right with Sumner County. Okay. And, you know, I don't think they realize I'm very seasoned at what I'm doing. Very seasoned.
She is. I'd be in her
not
troll.
only on the political realm, but the law realm. You know, I used to work in
Victoria.
law firms. I used to run investigations. I was the senior discovery paralegal.
That was someone that comes in here.
It was many years ago, over
Captain,
a decade,
wasn't you?
2 decades.
Captain, wasn't that you that was calling her Wayne's World Garth? I think that was Captain that said that.
Right? But it's still, you don't got a dumb woman here. Okay. And I kept telling you that I didn't understand how they would be able to serve me because they have to do certain things to serve me. And so I was very, very confused when they were trying to just serve me by the sheriff.
Nice.
You can't do that. You have to establish personal jurisdiction, which they never did.
And
remember, we talked about that. Remember? This is before I even hired an attorney.
Wayne's World party time. Excellent.
I kept saying,
Sorry, I had to do it. I had to
understand this. How can they
She'll-
do this?
she'd
They can't just do
understand.
this. I mean, it's out of state. You have to go through different processes for foreign subpoenas
I have
and
it,
foreign
Corinne.
type of stuff. It's called foreign. You know, it's not from the state. It's from a foreign state. So there are strict requirements that must be adhered to in order to get somebody from a different state into that state, and they didn't follow those rules. Seth,
Follow the
regardless of
rules.
all the noise, I hope your child is found safe. Aw, thank you, Cash. I know he
Me too. There's the dog. I got proof of life. Okay, proof of life. The dog's head moved.
appreciates that. Obviously, we're having I know everybody, it's not even just me. It sounds like everybody across the country is having some type of technical or internet issue.
Not me.
And it sounds like that's the case here. But I do have the orders in my hot little hands. General Sessions did send me the orders, and when I read them, and I didn't see that I was not allowed to say their name, I was not allowed to talk about this case. When I didn't see that in there, and I just got arrested for hashtags and threatening to sue people for lying under oath, you can imagine my anger.
Inciting
But
hate
it's
there,
just
Betty.
like, you know that your rights were violated, but just seeing how bad they were violated in black and white, it is like, I'm pissed. Remember, I told you when I'm angry, I don't yell, right?
She's been on 3 lives today.
I only yell when I'm excited and talking about a case and passionate about it, and I look mean. You know, that's part of me. It's part of my expression, right?
When she's mad, she yells. We have it on video. We got your old body cam videos there, Betty.
But when I'm truly angry, when I'm truly, truly pissed off, I can tell you I don't look it. You can tell in
I'd be surprised.
my speech. You can kind of tell in my eyes. You can definitely tell on my facial expression. But as far as screaming and yelling and just losing my shit, that's not how I do anger. This is how I do anger. Right
I beg to differ.
here.
I beg to differ.
You don't want to poke the bear.
I poked it. We're poking
Because
it.
when you poke the bear, that's when the tongue lashing goes. That's when the tongue lashing goes. I cannot believe that they did this. But you know what I'm sitting there thinking about?
Tongue
Is how much
lashing.
trouble
She's
this
tongue lashing. She's going to yell at us. We're going to get a tongue lashing. Watch out, guys. Thanks, Mary Beth, for gifting a membership. That's very sweet. Kelly B. Place to be. Got it. I didn't. That's a long name.
detective or how much shit, excuse
Welcome
my
in.
language,
Thank you.
is going on behind the scenes in Sumner County and that DA's office, because now that I see this is clearly bad for them. I mean, really, really, really bad for them.
Sheriff Craddock, he's cool. He just got signed in to be sheriff.
For that county, for their taxpayers. You know, boycott Tennessee Walmart. They won't keep the missing child's picture up. Which one won't? Well, you don't know, because Chris likes to go around and threaten people, and he likes to tell people they can't do it or he's going to sue them. But, the only thing.
What? He's never, ever. I hope you get sued, Betty. I hope you get sued so bad. I hope she gets sued. I hope a squatter comes in and lives in her home when she goes on one of these trips. It's good. We need a squatter. Where's White Boy? Get him to go down there and squat in her home. It's Florida. It'll take forever to get them out. What the hell, Betty?
And he does is like to lie under oath.
He wasn't even there.
He's got a wannabe protective order against me for Faith. Faith is not even in, doesn't even live in Tennessee, and he has no custody of her.
He does have custody. He got her for the summer, you dumbass. Daddy, you're getting on the nerves.
Has no custody of this child, and she's not even a resident of Tennessee. How do you get a protective order on something like that?
Because you're that wild, Eileen.
Explain that to me. Corruption. That's the only way.
Oh my God, I hate
These
that
people
word.
know that they can't do any of this, yet they allowed it to happen.
Corruption.
I'm not family to them, right? I'm not related to them in any way. Thank you, Roddy.
But Sebastian is, so why would they hurt him?
Is it Roddy or Rody? Don't forget to thumb up this.
Okay, Betty, you're getting on my damn freaking nerves. I can't stand her anymore. Can't handle her anymore. Maybe we'll fast forward.
This nonsense. For clicking a view just to see if they could have me arrested, and they only needed one key ingredient: a corrupt sheriff in a corrupt community. Hate channels. I mean, seriously, they are supporting this kind of nonsense, and I guarantee if it happened to them, they would be the victim, right? But they don't mind victimizing.
No, absolutely not. I would never be a Betty. I would never put myself in a position like you. I would never have a victim's father in my chat as a mod. I would never try to go after the parents of a child. I would never stalk, drive by their home, try to figure out where they're at, yell at them, scream at them, jump out of my vehicle and run up to them. I would never do those things. Betty, I just wouldn't. I just would not do that because I'm not crazy like you. This woman's nutso. Oh, titanium in your neck? Oh. And I thought mine was bad. Man, and then I didn't hurt my neck. That's a good thing, but she really is. She's just too much. Too much. Bring the dog here, Betty. I'll take the dog. I'll take Delilah. Stupid pills, yeah. I have some Ozempic. I guess a bunch of people in my hometown, that's what they're like on Ozempic. But my friend was telling me today on the phone. Because I was like, how'd this girl get skinny? We were gossiping a little. We never do. We never get to talk to each other. So I was like, you were talking to her and I was like, how'd this girl get so skinny? She looks like a skeleton. She's like, Ozempic. I'm like, can I get some of that? Where do you get that at? I was just kidding. She's drinking her own Kool-Aid. That's what she's doing. She's drinking it instead of just distributing it out. Really? Damn, Catherine. I guess the squatters got to they got to leave immediately. Man, a few months ago, we should have went down there before a few months ago. Damn. I was going to try to get someone to squat. I was going to go down there and squat in her house when she was gone. Could you imagine she pulls up and I'm in her house, just sitting there on her bed in her comfort spot with her queen bee kind of blanket with the crowns on it. She's sniffing her Kool-Aid. You know she's lying when she opens her mouth. You're right, Cat's Life. It's bad. It's bad. And I got to bring attention to her. I mean, we're all doing it, but we got to do it because there's people like this out here that people actually believe. They believe the stuff they believe what she's selling. They're buying it. She needs a case of dum-dums. She does. We should send her some. That'd be kind of funny. Except for the what are the dum-dums I like? The root beer one, I like that one. And I like the like cream soda one or whatever it is. I like that one. So we won't send her those ones. We'll keep those. Does she really? I took her thing off the screen. Hold on. Let me go back and see if I can go get her. At the end of that live, she talks about going to get in a pew-pew again. Why is she like that? That guy came up again on my timeline that we were talking about earlier. I want to subscribe to his channel. Okay, let's see. Let me check.
So these hate channels, I mean, seriously, they are supporting this kind of nonsense, and I guarantee if it happened to them, they would be the victim, right? But they don't mind victimizing somebody else. Yes, Crystal, he is. He's highly respected. He's a past chief of police. He's a past homicide detective. He's good. He's good.
Her lawyer.
So we'll see. Yeah, at least that's what I hear. I mean, I know that that's his background right there, but I hear he's really, really good and highly respected in the community. So we'll see. We'll see. How can they even get the little girl with a son missing? You know what? That's a different court. And quite frankly, like I said many times, is that there's no charges. You know, a judge can't say, oh, well, we have a missing child. I'm going to prevent your parental rights or your visitation rights, right? I'm going to prevent your visitation rights on assumptions. You see what I'm saying? If he was lawfully named as a person of interest or a suspect, then that would have a lot more weight. But since this county is corrupt, they'll never tell you if they have a person of interest or a suspect. I don't even know if they'll ever make an arrest on an actual, crime, because they like to throw innocent people in jail instead of the criminals. So I really don't know, to be honest with you. I really don't know. But wow, I got arrested for hashtags and threatening to sue someone.
I'm reading the chat over here.
She's my constitutional rights, and now I just know it was just Sumner County Sheriff. That's a tough pill to swallow. The people that are supposed to be upholding law and order are the ones breaking the law. Breaking the law. It doesn't say anything about defaming, slandering. Where are you getting that? I read the order.
Oh, wow.
Go rewind. Go back and listen to it. I read the order verbatim. I've got it right here. I literally read the order. It is no contact. I've never contacted them. Me talking on my channel about a public case is not contact to them. My channel does not contact them in any way. If they are subscribed to my channel, then they should have unsubscribed when they said I threatened them or I was threatening to them. If they choose to get contacted by me, that is their choice. They cannot blame me for coming onto my channel and talking about a public case. They cannot say that this is contact because I don't reach out to them. Indirect contact, I've explained it before. It's me going to you and saying, hey, can you go over here and tell this person this? That's indirect contact. Me talking on a public platform is not contact. This is my channel.
It said in the order that you weren't allowed to go through any third-party site. No Facebook, no YouTube, no Twitter, no none of it.
My channel.
I remember that.
They don't get to control it.
I didn't hear say anything about a gun though.
So I don't know who these people are. All I know is they violated my laws and they violated a court order. It wasn't me that violated the court order. It was Sumner County Sheriff's Office that violated this court order.
I hope they went and got her stuff from her weapons.
The whole thing is BS. You damn right it is. And let me just say it loud and proud. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. The name his father, Seth Rogers, gave him. The name his father gave him. His father. Man, proud. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. The name his father, Seth Rogers, gave him. The name his father gave him.
You know how much would I bet? I'll bet you money that was Seth's idea for him to name his kid. Let me name him. Let me name him. Let me name him. I want to name him. I want to name him. I want to name him. Let me name me. Can I name him? I bet you. I can just hear it. I can hear him saying that.
His father.
His father. Well, he has a mother that cares about him, Betty. freaking hate this woman.
They don't get to take that away. They don't get to take that away. We are going
They've never tried to take away that Seth was his father. Seth actually called Chris Sebastian's father before. Betty, go back to the interviews and listen to them. Because Seth is out of control with some of the stuff he's doing. You know what I mean? Like he's just as sneaky behind the scenes as Tony, in my opinion. I think they're all sneaky. I think they're all slithering snakes. And speaking of slithering snakes, we got another one coming back to the platform. So get ready. Someone said her name and she arose like Beetlejuice. So we're gonna have another Bullhorn Betty out there, or another person just out of control. Out of control. Everyone's out of control. Except for me. Just kidding. I'm out of control too. Just kidding. I'm not out of control. But that's what I had for you tonight. Just a little Betty, you know. I needed to do an easier live tonight. I needed something a little more not so serious. We've been doing Mamta's case, and they haven't found Mamta back yet. And it's been a hard case to cover. We'll probably go over it tomorrow during the day as well. But tomorrow night, we're going to, not Seth. I'm thinking of Seth. Sorry. Steven is going to come on the show. Sorry, Steven. I didn't mean to call you Seth. You're definitely not Seth. But he's going to come on the show, and he's going to go over the messages that are floating around, the text messages for that are coming out on Tony. Tony's doing a lot of sneaky snake stuff behind the scenes, and we knew it. We knew it. Stephen Crabtree's going to come back on the show. He was on, a couple weeks ago? I asked him if he'd come back on. Because, why not? Why not? Plus, I think that people get to hear someone else's voice other than mine for a little bit. Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. Steven did make a video, though. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see it. Let me put it in the chat if you guys didn't get a chance to see it. It's all about Tony. I've watched it twice now. Watched it twice. I always forget his name of his channel, but put his name in, it comes up. Okay, let's see. So he did a video on Tony Mathis. Like it says, it's called The Real Tony Mathis. So if you guys want to watch it, I'm going to put his link to the video link in the chat. I don't drink, but I'm about ready to. This woman is cray cray. That sounds like me, Kay. We'll have a drink together. I know my best friend's like, we're going to have so much fun at the wedding. We'll have drinks. And I'm like, yeah, I don't drink, but okay. Seth claimed that he chose the Wayne Drake where names were previously medically determined. Yeah, hence Sebastian's full name. Yeah, I know I think he did that because he wanted to be he wanted to be the one to name him because of that. It's weird. And if he did name his kids because of that, that's something you keep to yourself forever. Forever. You don't ever bring that out. That's his business too, because, but that's Katie's business too. That's their story to tell together. That's not his story to tell. Just like the SA story is not Seth's story to tell. He keeps thinking all these stories are his stories to tell. You ain't Mr. Rogers, man. These ain't your stories. I love Mr. Rogers. I love Mr. Rogers. I feel like Mr. Rogers every time I come home, when I walk the dogs, because I change my shoes. I always have my outdoor shoes and then my indoor shoes. I don't know. I'm weird. And yeah, it is. It's sick. It should have always been private and personal. Yeah. Always. Yeah. And there's just some things you just never say. Some things you never say. Happy midnight. Look at that. It's like 11:59. It's about to be midnight. We spent the whole night together. I feel like I did a live during the day today, but I didn't. And it's weird because I've been doing lives during the day. But today I had a doctor's appointment. I talked that woman's ear off for an hour. I was like, thanks for letting me do that. I usually don't talk that much. And she was really surprised. I was just talking. But so tomorrow, that's going to be tomorrow's show. We'll have Steven on. We'll talk, get some questions ready. If you guys have any questions you want to ask him, I'm going to actually get together some questions and not delete them this time. Like I did last time. I deleted all of my notes right before the live. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to ask him. Oh no, yeah, we have more than, yeah, we don't usually cover BHB too much, but yeah, just a little here and there when we need a light laugh, you know. She's just been doing the mostest lately. This woman's been doing the mostest. I think she was one of the first videos I did in the platform. Like, I did like a video short. If you go back through, you'll see, like, I did one for Idaho. I was like, who the F wrote up Betty? She was allowed to be here. Like, I was so mad when Betty went to Idaho. When Betty showed up in Idaho, I did a video short. It's me. I think I'm in bed, actually. And I saw that and I was like livid. I know I dropped the F-bomb. I was so mad. Yes, the doctor did know. She did. She was very sweet. She's very sweet doctor. She's like, she likes to cuss and stuff, but I don't mind at all. But today I was looking down on my phone texting Vincent and I look up and she was looking at me. I was like, oh shit. I was like, how long have you been sitting there? You know? Oh, that's so nice. Someone gifted a membership. Oh no, that was Mary Beth. I never been able to piece all these things together until lately, but thank you to whoever gifted me the membership. Thank you, Titanium. Well, you're welcome. I believe it was Mary Beth. Oh man. Okay. I'm going to jump off of here. Oh my gosh. It's just Betty. I feel bad for Betty's dog. Actually, I kind of wish I was Betty's dog just for a minute, just so I could hear what she says, you know, when she's by herself. She probably does all the things. Can you imagine being like, I I don't see JLR and Betty being a couple ever. I think that was just her. Like, I think she just thought that in her head because I just don't see them. Get help, Betty. Yeah, exactly. But thank you guys all for being here tonight. I do appreciate it so much. Thanks for the super chats, the memberships, everything. You guys hitting the like button, just being here, being in the chat, or just watching. I love it all. It does all help. It helps the channel greatly. If you're watching over on Unfilter, we'll be moving this content more over to that side. We're almost at our watch time hours over there, and we'll I'll be able to go. I'll go live over there a little bit more. But yeah. I'll see you guys all tomorrow on the live. What's tomorrow? Friday? Okay, so we'll probably do a day live tomorrow because tomorrow night we're going to do the night live with Steven. If I have time, I definitely will come on for at least an hour or so and hang out with you guys. But thank you guys for being here. Have a wonderful evening. I'll see you guys on the YouTube streets, out there. It's crazy. Be careful. Stay out of Betty's chats. She's crazy. Betty's crazy. She's like an illness, But I'll see you guys all around. Have a good night. Bye, guys.